morning. I'm Judge Amy Carter. This is courtroom 1, session 1. Could I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please?
Orly Bury on behalf of the state.
Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Brian Nguyen on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. Your name?
Joy Kiliani?
Clahere, is that your last name?
No.
Is it wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, you were here in case number 19 MM 6001. You were arrested for resisting officer without violence and trespass in an unoccupied structure. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer made to Ms. Clahere?
No, that's not correct.
Tell me your last name again, ma'am.
Kiliani.
Kiliani? All right. Mr. Nguyen, what's she gonna do this morning?
Your Honor, we just request the public defender be appointed.
And stay the bonds?
Stay the bond.
Okay, ma'am, your bond on count 1 is 500, your bond on count 2 is 100. Can we get her screened for mental health PTR? Okay, I'll do that, and I'll have her screened or mental health PTR. All right, thank you, ma'am.
So, what do we do now?
Someone's gonna come talk to you in a little bit, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
Mrs. Claudia Bell refused.
Okay. Mr. Nguyen, this is her second refusal.
Okay.
I'm gonna waive her appearance based upon her refusal to come to court. Appoint the public defender's office. This is 19 MM 5990. Ms. LaCoya Bell, she was arrested for trespass in a structure. There's probable cause. Her bond is $500. Good morning, your name?
Lom Garnett, good morning.
Mr. Garnett, you're here in 19 CF 10306. Sir, you were arrested for resisting officer without violence and burglary of a conveyance. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to return to the Conway Club Apartments. Your bond on count 1 is $100. Your bond on count 2 is $2,500. Thank you, sir.
So that means altogether, the 10% will be,
I can't tell you what the bondsman's gonna require, sir.
all right, so you said it was 250,
2,500. Your total bond is $2,600.
2,600, so that's 250.
I don't know, sir.
Michelle Green is mental health.
Okay. Release that, Ms. Green. Good morning, sir. Your name?
Thomas Riggs.
Mr. Riggs, this is 19 CF 9809. You were arrested for burglary of a structure and criminal mischief greater than $1,000 pursuant to a probable cause warrant. Were you gonna hire a lawyer, sir, or do you need to see if you qualify for the public defender?
Public defender.
All right, are you working?
No.
Do you have any
I'm
source of income?
I'm homeless.
Okay, sir. Based upon your testimony, I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond on count 1 will be $1,000. Your bond on count 2 is $100. And you are not to return to the Killarney Baptist Church, sir. Do you understand? Yes?
Did you say I damaged something up to $1,000?
Criminal mischief greater than $1,000, yes. Thank you, Mr. Riggs. Good morning, your name?
Kevin Lee Thames.
Mr. Thames, you are here in 19 CF 10280. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of cocaine. Your bond is $2,500, sir. You also have 19 CF 10278, where you were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of cocaine. Your bond is $500 in that matter. You were also arrested in 19 MM 705 for possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. Your bond is $100 in that matter, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you in all the cases, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Oliver is,
2,500. Thank you. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Oliver is mental health, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Your name?
Derek Wilson, ma'am.
Mr. Wilkerson, you're here in 19 CF 7995. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for grand theft, third degree, of a motor vehicle. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. You also have 19 MM 6020. You were arrested for petty theft. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that matter as well. Your bond in 19 CF 7995 is $1,000, and your bond in 19 MM 6020 is $250. Thank you, sir. Good morning, your name?
Robert Woodson.
Mr. Woodson, you were here in 19 CF 10347 for sale and delivery of cocaine pursuant to a probable cause warrant. Your bond is $2,500, sir. You also have case number 19 CF 10350, also arrested for sale and delivery of cocaine pursuant to a probable cause warrant. Your bond in that matter is $500. You also have 19 CF 10351. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of cocaine. Your bond is $500. You have 19 CF 10352. You were arrested for sale and delivery of cocaine pursuant to a probable cause warrant. Your bond in that matter is $500. Mr. Woodson, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in all of the cases. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Your name?
Alexander Diallo.
Mr. Diala, this is a motion for non-monetary release conditions. State, do you have a position on the motion?
This is on,
Mr. Diala?
oh, okay. Well, considering, I don't think he has much of a history, I would, well, yeah, he does have a history, sorry, Judge. Yeah, I do have a position on the bond based on his history. The OC release, fraud, theft, and robbery, 10 felony, 10 misdemeanor, prior history, so the state is asking that you state as is.
Mr. Nguyen, go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Diallo has been in jail since 7/6/2019. He's being charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and petty theft, both nonviolent crimes. He works in construction, and if he was released, he would be able to obtain employment as a carpenter with ACE Staffing. He does have a place to stay with the Salvation Army Men's Shelter. and his brother, he does have family in town, which would indicate that he's not a flight risk. I can swear Mr. Diala in to take some testimony.
Sure. And please remember-
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Mr. Diala, do you have any money just offhand readily available to you?
I don't have anything at the moment,
Okay, so there's no money in any bank accounts?
nothing, because of the fact that I was in the middle of trying to get an apartment and a number of other things, so I
Okay, so
didn't,
no money, no investments?
no, sir.
Okay. You own any fine jewelry or anything you could be
Nothing.
pawned, anything of substantial value that could be pawned?
No, sir.
Okay. You own a car?
No, sir.
Okay, and I take it you don't own a home?
No, sir.
Okay. And you have family that lives here in town?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you lived in Orlando?
I've lived in Orlando since February 2016.
Okay. And how many of your family members live in Central Florida?
I have a cousin, and I also have a brother. My brother recently moved over towards Polk County, but he works with me here in Orlando. He comes to Orlando every day.
And you do have a place to stay?
I have the Salvation Men's Shelter. You can call Ernest or any of those guys there. They know me. I've been staying there for the last 6 months because I've been going through a lot of, issues and things of that
Okay.
nature. So,
And do you attend AA meetings?
yes.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Has, Mr. Diala failed to appear on the task page? Has he failed to appear?
No, just one, and that was back in 2002.
2002? Just wondering why this wasn't resolved at initial appearance.
Because if I may judge,
Yeah, sure.
I think there's a petty theft, so we don't resolve those. It's
Oh, okay.
petty theft, but.
Oh, and the petty, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so can the state ask him some questions?
Oh, of course, yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
Thank
Mr. Bree.
you.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You said you lived here since when? When did you move to
I
Orlando?
moved here from Miami in February of 2016.
2016. And when was the last time you worked?
The last time I worked was about 2 days before I was arrested.
And where were you working?
A staffing, sir. I was working for a Jack Jennings project here in downtown Orlando.
Okay, and if you're released, where would you work?
Right back to A staffing. They already said that they'll take me immediately.
How much money were you making?
I was only making $63.50 a day on the ticket that I was on at the moment, but sometimes they give me higher wages because I do skilled labor.
And do you have any dependents?
I have no dependents, sir.
No further questions.
All right. Mr. Diala, at this time, I will grant your motion for ROR. However, I'm going to add conditions. Again, you can't return to the Total Wine store.
Absolutely not, ma'am.
You are not to possess or consume any illegal drugs or alcohol, and I'm going to have you randomly tested through pretrial release, sir.
No problem.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Ma'am, good morning. Your name?
Natasha Alexander.
Ms. Alexander, you're here in 19 CF 10255. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender to represent you in that matter. Your bond is $1,000. You have 19 CF 10257. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of cocaine. Your bond in that matter will be $500. And I will appoint the public defender, ma'am, to represent you on all the cases. Thank you. Sir, good morning, your name?
Daniel Bivens.
Mr. Bivens, this is 19 CF 9944. You were arrested for possession of a concealed weapon or firearm by a convicted felon pursuant to a probable cause warrant. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir. Again, you are not to possess any weapons or any firearms while out on bond, sir. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, your name?
Natasha Breville.
Ms. Gravel, this is 19 CF 10340. You were arrested for accessory after the fact to a third-degree felony. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to place you on pretrial release at this time, ma'am. Thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Robert Brown.
Mr. Brown, this is 19 CF 10262. You were arrested for sale and delivery of cocaine pursuant to a probable cause warrant. Your bond, sir, is $2,500. And I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. Thank you. Good morning, your name?
Marion Brunson.
Sir, this is 19 CF 10261. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for for sale and delivery of cocaine. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your bond is $1,000, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Todd Bush.
Mr. Bush, this is 19 CF 10341. You were arrested for human trafficking of a child less than 18 years old, obscene communication to solicit a parent or guardian, and traveling to meet a minor. There's probable cause for each of the offenses. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is $25,000. Your bond on count 2 is $5,000, and your bond on count 3 is $5,000. You are not to have any contact with any children under the age of 18. Thank you, sir. Good morning, your name?
John Calderon.
Mr. Calderon, you're here for violating a condition of your pretrial release in 19 CF 7534, sir. Mr. Calderon, were you just having problems getting down to the office? All right, I'm gonna set your bond, sir, at $500.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, there, on Mr. Calderon, before he leaves, I think I'm seeing also a trespass and the affidavit, do you have?
Yes. 19 MM 6021, sir, you were arrested for trespass on property after warning.
Yeah.
There's probable cause for that. You can't return to Lake Eola Park, okay? Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna set your bond, sir, at $100 in that matter.
Thank you, Judge, I'm
Did-
sorry.
Did you?
Your Honor, would the state have an offer on the trespass?
Oh, Mr. Bird, do you have an offer for?
Yeah, I can give him an offer. What time he has it? How long has he been in?
2 days.
2 days? Time serving.
Okay. Did you want to resolve that case this morning, sir?
Sure.
Okay, I'll just need you to sign the plea form.
Okay.
Would the state be willing to withhold adjudication on that offer? He has no misdemeanor convictions. It looks like only one conviction in his history.
He has a couple prior convictions, so, yeah, why not?
Mr. Calderon, did you read the plea form, sir, before you signed it?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No.
Are you on probation?
Pre-trial.
No, that's not probation.
Okay, no.
Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that this plea may subject you to deportation?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll accept your plea, withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You're also going to have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 19th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, your name?
Billy Antonio Casey.
Mr. Kaysen, this is 19 CF 10291. You were arrested for grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond, sir, is $1,000. And 19 CF 3514, I'm revoking the bond at this time. That will be set at none, sir. Thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Brandon Chance.
Mr. Chance, this is 19 CF 10342. You were arrested for possession of cocaine with a weapon, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of cannabis within 1,000 feet of a convenience store, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, 5 counts, resisting officer without violence, possession of methamphetamine with intent, possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams, possession of a firearm and the commission of a felony, and possession of methamphetamine with a weapon. I do find probable cause for all the offenses except for count 3. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Gonna set your bond on count 1 at $5,000. Bond on count 2 is $150. Count 4 is $150. Counts 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll be ROR'd on those counts, along with count 3. Count 9, your bond is $100. 10, $150. 11, $150, 12, $150, and 13, $150. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Carivis Davis.
Mr. Davis, this is 19 CF 10236. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for second-degree murder with a firearm and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Sir, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you at this time. I am going to order that you're not to possess any weapons or any firearms, and you're not to have any contact with any of the witnesses in this matter. State, did you want to be heard with respect to bond?
Yeah, the state is asking that, based on the charge, that no bond be granted, and that's based on the warrant affidavit that's on file and on record.
Okay, so you're relying on the probable cause affidavit?
Yes, please.
Okay. Mr. Nguyen?
Yes, Your Honor. Based off on the affidavit, it appears there were 5 individuals in the home, including the deceased, but 4 individuals that would be able to testify. 2 of those individuals were in other rooms. There was only 1 individual in the room at the time of the alleged offense, and that individual has said in the affidavit, that individual said they were not looking or they weren't aware of what was going on in the room. They were paying attention to something else. In addition, that individual gave conflicting reports of what happened inside the alleged apartment. So I think based on that information, the proof isn't evident or the presumption is not great, and we would ask the court to exercise their
You're asking for a bond?
yes, Your Honor.
At this time, I do believe that the state's met their burden based upon the 4 corners of the affidavit that's been presented in court today, that there is proof evident or presumption great. At this time, Mr. Davis, I'm going to continue on count 1 to hold you at no bond. And your bond on count 2 is $5,000. Thank you, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Your name?
Good morning, Latanya Dyer.
Ms. Dyer, you are here in 19 CF 10324. You were arrested for petty theft, second degree, your 3rd offense. There's probable cause, ma'am. I'm appointing the public defender. You are not to return to the Walmart at 1700 South Orange Blossom Trail. Your bond is $1,000. Ms. Dyer, I saw you on your out on bond case, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I remember this case. Okay, I'm not gonna take any action at this time on 19 CF 9465. Thank you. morning, your name, sir?
James Greeny.
Mr. Greeny, you were here in case number 19 CF 10288. You were arrested for petty theft with 2 prior convictions. There's probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. You are not to return to the Walmart at 31010 West Princeton Street. Your bond is $1,000 and 19MM 3239. I'm not going to take any action on that matter at this time, sir. Thank you. Good morning, your name?
Quintilio Guzman.
Mr. Guzman, this is 19 CF 10312. You were arrested for burglary of an unoccupied dwelling and criminal mischief greater than $1,000. There's probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender. You're not to return to the Groves Mobile Home Park. Your bond on count 1 is $2,500. Your bond on count 2 is $150. Okay. Reset, Mr. Harris, please. Good morning, your name?
Is visiting Henry, ma'am.
Mr. Henry. This is 19 CF 10317. You were arrested for possession of a concealed weapon or firearm by a convicted felon. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Good morning, your name?
Aisha Hunt.
Ms. Hunt, this is 19 CF 10309. You were arrested for retail theft greater than $300, coordinating a retail theft greater than $300, retail theft of $300 or more at multiple locations, and conspiracy to commit retail theft. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, ma'am. You're not to return to the premium, the premium outlet mall,
Yes, I know.
and I'm gonna place you on pretrial release at this time. Pretrial release, ma'am. Thank you. Good morning, your name?
Howard Jones.
Mr. Jones, this is 19 CF 10322. You were arrested for possession of methamphetamine and trespass in a conveyance. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is $500. Your bond on count 2 is $100. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, your name?
Good morning. Tracy Lamb.
Mr. Lamb, this is 19 CF 10192. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for purchase of cannabis and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I'm going to appoint the public defender, and I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Paige, grand theft doesn't qualify for pretrial release. Is there another face sheet for Mr. Lyde? Oh. Got it, I just saw it here, thank you.
I don't know.
Oh, never, thank you, Paige. Sir, good morning, your name?
Travion Live.
Sir, this is 19 CF 10195. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for grand theft, third degree. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in all of your cases today. Going to set your bond, sir, at $1,000. You're not to have any contact with Abdallah Chokor. You have case number 19 CF 10194. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for robbery, sudden snatching. You're not to have any contact with Ava Lacour. Your bond in that matter is going to be $5,000. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Did you appoint the PD judge?
I did, for
You
both
did?
cases.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good morning, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Lorenzo Madison.
Mr. Madison, this is 19 CF 10344. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Can I ask the date?
Sure. March 28th of this year. Mr. Madison, your bond is $1,000.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, your name?
Walter McMahon.
Mr. McMath, this is 19 CF 10241. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of heroin and sale and delivery of cocaine. Your bond on count 1 is $2,500. Your bond on count 2 is $150. You've got 19 CF 10244. You were also arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for sale and delivery of heroin. Your bond in that matter is going to be $1,000. Bless you.
Thank you, excuse me.
That's all the cases, sir, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in each of them. Good morning, your name?
Daquan Miller.
Mr. Miller, this is 19 CF 10319. You were arrested for possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, possession of MDMA, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, sir. Let's set your bond on count 1 at $5,000. Your bond on count 2 is $150. Count 3, $150. Count 4, $150. Count 5, $100. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Can I please get a bond reduction so I can be able to bond out?
I gave you one.
So what's my bond now? Like the 10%?
I don't know that answer, sir. But
Oh, she lowered it.
thank you. Good morning, your name?
Roberto Carlos Pavón González.
Sir, you're here in 19 CF 10199. You have been indicted for first-degree murder with a firearm. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir, and your bond at this time is set at none. Thank you. Good morning, your name?
Christopher Pacheco.
Mr. Pacheco, this is 19 CF 9494. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for carjacking with a firearm and robbery with a firearm. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you at this time, sir. You're not to have any contact with Michael Ruiz, the alleged co-defendant, or the victim, Devon Davis. You're also not to possess any weapons or any firearms, sir. State, did you want to be heard with respect to bond on counts 1 and 2?
Yes, I didn't pull the warrant affidavit, so
Okay,
I would have to go read the warrant affidavit.
okay. Well, then we'll have to recall Mr. Pacheco because you have to meet the burden.
Yes.
Okay, all right. We'll reset Mr. Pacheco then. That's fine. Oh, Mr. Bree, when would you like to do it?
I'll have to print it because I was reviewing the
We'll
other
set it for
stuff.
second session.
Second session.
Thank you, Dexter.
Thank you.
Good morning. Your name, sir?
Freddie Parker.
Mr. Parker, you were here in 19 CF 10323. You were arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. Your bond on count 2 is $100. And on 19 CF 8214, I'm going to take no action on that case at this time, sir.
What that mean?
I'm not revoking your bond.
It says sweet, they just want to mess with me. Crooked cops, man.
Mr. Wynn, did he think I revoked his bond?
I have no idea. I have no idea what he.
Okay. Good morning, your name?
Ladarius Service.
Mr. Service, this is 19 CF 10320. You were arrested for tampering with physical evidence and possession of possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. There's probable cause for the offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, sir. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. Your bond on count 2 is $100. And then in 19 CF 4775, I'm revoking your bond in that matter, and it will be set at $10,000. Thank you, sir. Oh,
You hiring my bond?
I am. You're out on bond, sir, and you allegedly committed new law offense. I could set it at none, but I'm just upping it.
I still got my bond, right?
You do. It's $10,000.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. God bless you, ma'am.
So it's gonna be, huh? Yes. So 6,000 on count 1, and then 1,000 on the rest.
And, Your Honor, what was the bond on the count 2 of the 10320?
Yes. Right? Yes. Wouldn't that be 11 though? Because there's 5 counts? 4 counts. Oh, there's only filed on 4? Okay. Yes. Yes, thank you.
What, Your Honor, what was the bond on count 2 of the new law? I apologize.
100. Good morning, your name?
Adriana Simmons.
Ms. Simmons, this is 19 CF 10310. You were arrested for retail theft greater than $300, retail theft greater than $300, or coordination of a retail theft more than $300, coordination of a retail theft greater than $300 at multiple locations, conspiracy to commit retail theft, and possession of anti-shoplifting control device. There's probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond on count 1, ma'am, is gonna be $500. Your bond on count 2 is going to be $150. I'm gonna ROR you on counts 3, 4, and 5, ma'am. You can't return to the premium outlet mall. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Angel Solano.
What about Mr. Smith? Mr. Solano, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Solano, this is 18 CF 11987. You failed to appear, sir, for your VOP status hearing on June 25th of this year. Your bond is currently set at none. I'll appoint the public defender if they weren't previously appointed, and I'll take no action on your out on bond cases, sir. Thank you. Good morning, your name?
Joseph Walkima.
What about Mr. Vasquez?
It's a suspension for case.
I'm sorry, sir, tell me your name again.
Joseph Walkima.
Sir, you're here in 19 CF 10254. You were arrested for possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. There is probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. Your bond on count 2 and 3 is $100. I'm going to revoke your bond in 19 CF 4809 and set it at $1,000, sir. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said about the bond.
So you're out on bond case. I
Yes.
revoked it and reset it at $1,000.
So, what's that mean?
Means you have to repay the bond.
On the one I'm out on right now?
Correct.
Okay, so it's 100, it'd be 100 for that one, roughly, if it was 10%?
You have to ask your bondsman that question. So I don't
Okay, so
know.
I have to bond out on both charges?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, your name?
Sabrina Williams.
Ms. Williams, this is an out-of-county warrant from Seminole County for possession of cannabis not more than 20 grams. Your bond is set at none. Seminole County will come pick you up and you'll see a judge when you get there. All right, thank you, ma'am. Good morning, your name? Ma'am?
Sharindale Purdy.
What is it?
Sharindale Purdy.
Your Honor, I think it's an alias. She was.
Is this Ms. Hogan?
That's who she's in jail under.
I see, okay.
Your Honor, and she's indicated yesterday she was in court and the judge made some sort of order that her name should just be the Sharindale Purdy. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause I'm getting booked.
Well, I have
She should be
Delicia
booked
Hogan.
on, yeah, I understand that. She should be booked under the other name, so I don't know how that works.
Okay, well, I'm gonna IA her on the paperwork that I have.
All right.
Okay, and this is 19 CF 6652. Ma'am, you were arrested for burglary of a structure, grand theft, third degree, and conspiracy to commit grand theft pursuant to a probable cause warrant. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000, your bond on count 2 is $150, your bond on count 3 is $150. I do. And then, ma'am, you also have 18 CF 1669. You were, you failed to appear for pretrial conference on April 9th of 2019, and in that matter, your bond is $5,000. Is there 2 FTAs? Is this just a duplicate? The duplicate, okay. All right, and thank you. The public defender is appointed on all the cases.
Thank you, Your Honor.
David Kersey, refusal, Your Honor.
He refused. I'm gonna find a waiver of Mr. Curse's appearance case and his refusal to come to court. That's 19 CF 10143. He was arrested for robbery, battery, and petty theft pursuant to a probable cause warrant. His bond is $5,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2, $500 on count 3. He's not to have any contact with the victim in this case.
Ms. Lakaya Bell is a refusal also.
Okay. Ms. Bell? Did we do her yesterday?
I'm sorry, she was on the move over. You're right.
Okay, I thought the name sounded right. Okay.
Mitchell Iola is mental health.
Mr. Nguyen, this is the second reset for mental health for Ms. Mitchell. I'm gonna appoint your office to represent her. Do you wanna waive her appearance, or do you want someone to try to go talk to her and see if she can come back? It's a trespass.
Let me see if I can get someone to go talk to her, Your Honor.
All right, we'll reset her again. You wanna reset her for Monday?
Um,
Cause I'm not sure what's gonna happen over the weekend.
yeah, I would, can we reset her for this afternoon? I'll try and get someone to go talk to her during the break, or, okay, we'll reset for Monday then.
For Monday, okay. I just don't want her to get lost in the shuffle over the weekend.
Right.
Good morning, your name?
Ryder Perez, ma'am.
Mr. Perez, you were here in 19 MM 5594. You were arrested for petty theft. There is probable cause. Is there an offer for Mr. Perez?
No, Judge.
No? Okay.
Petty theft.
Mr. Perez, I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance at this time, sir. You're not allowed to return to the J.C. Penney at 8001 South Orange Blossom Trail. Do you
Yes,
understand,
ma'am.
sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, tell me your name, please.
Santiago Rojas Jr., Your Honor.
This is 19MO1195. State, do you have a position as to the motion?
No objection.
Okay. Can we just resolve the case today? Is there a reason why we can't resolve it?
This is, well,
It's a city case.
it's a city case, but
We usually do just resolve that.
we can resolve it if he wants to be. What's his time in?
I would prefer resolving it, Your Honor.
Okay.
He's been in since 6/21? Time served.
Time served, okay.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ross, did you want to accept that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just sign the plea form, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Mr. House, did you read the plea form before you signed it, sir?
Yes, sir, it's not the, ma'am, it's not the first time I've seen it, but thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
None, ma'am, thank you, Your Honor, none at all.
Are you on probation?
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
Okay, I have to advise you that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I am an American citizen.
Okay. Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, I haven't, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 29 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 29 days time served. You're going to have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 19th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Stanley Royal.
Mr. Royal. Okay, this is reset from yesterday.
And there's also an additional motion for non-monetary release in his other case as well, Your Honor.
Okay.
Which other case?
So one's reset from yesterday, and one's
Paige, can you remind me again of Mr. Royal's history?
No FTAs, 5 misdemeanor convictions in Florida to include resisting a merchant, possession of drug paraphernalia, petty theft, and possession of open container. The last conviction was in January of 2018. He does have out-of-state convictions to include kidnapping, and history to include robbery. And it indicates that he is also an Army veteran. You're in the Army?
Yeah.
An Army veteran.
And we have, Judge, I don't know if, I don't have what we're arguing on here today, but one. I'm seeing here that he has a burglary that's pending. That was received 226, that's a 2019 grand theft, and a couple of petty thefts.
He has another open case, is what you're saying right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at, on my system, you can correct me if I'm incorrect, if he was born 5/20, well, that's an NF, sorry. It's a
Okay.
non-arrest.
No problem.
Non-arrest, I'm sorry. And there is also petty theft, another non-arrest that's pending. So we have a petty theft that's here, that's a regular MM. We have the stalking, that's open right now. So the 2 non-arrests plus the 2 regular misdemeanors.
What's the? It's 7/5. Oh, I see, okay. When was Mr. Royal arrested on the stalking? Must have been after 7/7 when he was arrested for the petty theft, right?
Ma'am, I was,
He was arrested on the same day for both? Oh, the warrant was out for the stalking and then he got the petty theft and then they were together, okay. Did we take testimony yesterday from Mr. Royale on his ability to pay?
We did, Your Honor. I can swear him again and again on new motion.
All right, Mr. Royal, I'm gonna grant your motions with the following conditions.
yes, ma'am.
You're not to return to 5565 Cinder Lane Parkway,
Yes, ma'am.
or whatever, I don't know what the name of that apartment complex is, but it appears to be an apartment complex.
Berkshires.
Okay, you're not to return there, sir, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to have any contact with Alexis Harris. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal substances while out on bond, and I'm gonna have you randomly tested through pretrial release.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't recall the location of the petty theft, but there's to be no return to that location either.
Can we also ask for no
Pardon?
firearm or weapons?
Yes, and possess no weapons or any firearms, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
For both. There's two, yeah. I gotta find the orders. Can I just write both case numbers on this order? Because I don't have two orders. Jenny, will it present a problem if I put two case numbers on one order? Okay. I got more for you. I think it is 19 mm. Mr. Nguyen, what's the other case number? There's 19 mm 674. Is it 672? Yes, thank you. All right. Take care of that in a second. What's next? We've got Ms. Poindexter?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Puri, do you have an objection to that motion being granted?
Well, based on, the overall answer is gonna be no, because I listened to the
Okay.
audio of the colloquy that day, and
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, if you were gonna object, I was just gonna set it for an evidentiary hearing, but since there's no
Right.
objection, I'm just gonna grant the motion.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Mr. When I received the motion or the order on Mr. Rule from yesterday, which is 19 CO 792, I made some modifications to the order, because your colleague who I think created the order, added that it was pursuant to Rule 3.212, which is the competency rule. And then they put the competency language on the bottom, so I've crossed those out. He's being released ROR under the conditions that are on the felony conditional release, but I've made no finding of his competence.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the corrections I made on the order.
Okay.
And that was sent to the state yesterday too, right?
I believe so. I recall looking at the email. I don't believe it was sent to the state, so I will have it. I will make sure it gets sent to the state.
Okay, just make sure everything has to be copied to my, well, everything that's copied to my JA, the state should absolutely be copied on.
Yeah, and yeah.
Mr. Do you want to approach and look at the order?
I'll approach. But
We did have the hearing yesterday. Ms. Kennedy Swanson was here, and I just asked the defense to provide an order that didn't include competency language on it for an ROR order.
On Mr. Daniel, the 19 CF 7690 Orly Bureau for the state. We filed an INN 27 yesterday on it, so we haven't filed on it yet.
Good afternoon, I'm Judge Amy Carter. This is courtroom 1, session 2. Could I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please?
Orly Bureau on behalf of the state.
Thank you.
And Brian Nguyen on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Thank you. Good morning, your name? Or sorry, good afternoon, your name.
Kendrick Brown, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, this is 19 CF 10335. You were arrested for possession of ecstasy. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, sir, and your bond is $500.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, your name?
Good afternoon. Evan Fitzgerald.
Mr. Fitzgerald, this is 19 CF 10334. You were arrested for burglary of a structure and petty theft. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You're not to return to Empire Tire, and I'm going to place you on pretrial release at this time, sir. Thank you.
Now, Judy Frederick's behavior.
Okay, thank you. Let me reset Ms. Frederick. Sir, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Jody Hayes.
Mr. Hayes, you're here in 19 CF 10343. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases today, sir. Your bond is $1,000. You also have a violation of probation in 18 CF 3931 arising from the allegations in the new law offense. There's probable cause for that, sir. I will appoint the public defender, and your bond is set at none in that matter. Sure.
Whatever judge I have to see, like I was trying to explain to officer, it was absolutely no cocaine and one.
Oh, listen, Mr. Hayes, that may be true, but I don't want you to talk to me about the facts of your case today, because today's not the day for that hearing, and then everything that's said in this courtroom can be used later. So you need to talk to your lawyer about that, and then you'll present it to the trial judge.
Okay, so Your Honor, what did you rule for today so I have a better understanding? I made my back against the wall. What did you say, the bond and what happened now?
Okay, so you have the new case that you were arrested for, the possession of cocaine.
Yes, ma'am.
I gave you a bond on that, it's $1,000. You have a violation of probation based upon that new case. There's no bond on that. So the bond's gonna have to be set by the judge who sentenced you on that carrying a concealed weapon case.
Okay.
Okay, so you gotta have your lawyer file a motion.
Okay, so I don't know when I go to court or anything.
You
for
should
that
see
on
Judge
the violation?
Whitehead, you should see Judge Whitehead in the next 7 to 10 days on that violation of probation.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome,
Have
sir.
a blessing.
Good afternoon, your name?
Cornell Hunley.
Mr. Hunley, you are here in 19 CF 10330. You were arrested for burglary of a structure, criminal mischief, trespass on school grounds, loitering or prowling, and resisting officer without violence. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to release you on pretrial release. Okay? Thank you, sir. afternoon, your name?
Hey, how are you?
Your name?
Travis Lane.
Mr. Lane? You're here in 19 CF 10333. You were arrested for burglary of a structure and petty theft. There is probable cause for those offenses. You are not to return to Empire Tire, and I'm going to place you on pretrial release at this time.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
You never appointed the PD, or he doesn't need one?
I thought I did. If I didn't,
No, you
the
didn't.
public defender's appointed.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, y'all have a good one. Oh.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Emmanuel Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, this is 19 CF 10331. You were arrested for burglary of a structure, criminal mischief, trespass on school grounds or property, loitering or prowling, and resisting officer without violence. There's probable cause for those offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Mr. Lewis, your face sheet says that you didn't want your family or any of your contacts to be called. Is that right?
No, I don't know any of their contacts or anything like that. That's why.
Okay.
I only knew one.
Because I would like to place you on pretrial release, but we would need to verify your community ties and something like that. Do you have anybody's phone number?
Yeah, the one I wrote down, I got her, Kira. That's my cousin. She stays in. I don't stay in Orlando.
Where do you live?
I live in Gainesville. After I graduated, I came out and spent time with my family.
I see. Graduated high school? Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll show you his number.
Mr. Lewis, how are you going to get back? Are you going to go stay back in Gainesville?
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you live with?
I stay with my grandma.
Okay. How are you going to get back to court?
I'm gonna come back. My cousin usually comes and get me and take me back to Orlando.
Have you lived in Florida your whole life?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Who were you staying with here in Orlando?
My cousin, Kira.
You have a job, Mr. Lewis?
No, I was working at Publix, but I stopped because a lot of stuff was happening.
All right, Mr. Lewis, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. That means you're not going to have to post any money to get out of jail. But you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal substances while out on bond, and you're not to possess any weapons or any firearms. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You have to show back up for court. You have to come back to Orlando and
Yes,
stay in
ma'am.
contact with your lawyer. You're going to get some paperwork here. If you fail to come back to court, they're going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and you'll have no bond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Your name?
Quavers Preston.
Mr. Preston, this is 19 CF 10338. You were arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $1,000, sir. I forgot on the school trespassing cases to tell those kids that they're back to school. I need to modify those orders. You're all finished, Mr. Preston. Thank you. Who was the kid right before? Mr. Mr. Hoggabuck did? Okay. Dexter, on Mr. Lewis and, Mr. Hunley, I need to bring them back because I didn't tell them they can't return to the school. And then Mr. Hoggabuck refused.
And, Your Honor, we had a probable cause challenge.
On Ms. Santos?
Yes, and the next one, Vasquez.
Okay, just 1 second. This is 19MM6041. Valerie Santos. Go ahead, Mr. Nguyen.
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, it's a simple charge with trespass after warning and conveyance. They weren't in a car, paired to be at the Hard Rock Cafe in Orlando.
Okay. But you would agree there's probable cause for trespass?
Yeah, if it's a lesser included, I meant to look up and see if it's lesser included, so.
Any objection to just a trespass? Okay.
No.
It looks like Ms. Santos is on vacation. Is that right, ma'am? Did you want to resolve your case today, or do you want to come back to court?
If we can resolve it today, I'd like to do that, yes.
Okay. Steve, did you want to make an offer?
She was just, today's the 19th?
Correct.
She was arrested at
She has 2 days in.
23, oh, 2 days. All right, 2 days.
Time served.
Withhold.
A withhold and credit for time served. Would you like to accept the offer, ma'am?
What is that?
And,
Mr. Nguyen, she also won't be able to go back to the Hard Rock Cafe.
okay.
Oh. Why won't we come back?
Thank you. Ms. Santos, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, I do not.
Are you on probation?
No, I'm not.
Do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation? Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No.
All right, I'll accept your plea, withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 19th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. Ma'am, you can pay those court costs if you go online to the Orange County Clerk of Courts. You're gonna wanna make sure you pay those, otherwise your driver's license is gonna get suspended.
Oh, okay. You
Okay.
say I have till
You have
July
1 year from today.
to pay?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but make sure you do, like I said, you
No,
can pay it
of course.
online. Okay, thank you.
Time served. That's it.
I think this is the co-defendant, the same thing.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Vasquez. Good afternoon. Ma'am, you're here in 19MM6040. You were arrested for trespass. Well, I'll find probable cause for trespass. I'll appoint, well, you didn't qualify for the public defender. The offer to resolve your case today is a withhold of adjudication and credit for time served. Did you want to accept the offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll need you to sign the plea form, please. And that also includes no return to the Hard Rock Cafe at Universal Studios, ma'am. Ms. Vasquez, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll accept your plea. I'm going to withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 19th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. I just told the one before you, on your court costs, go on the Orange County Clerk of Court website and pay those court costs, otherwise your driver's license is gonna get suspended.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Now this is Mr. Huntley.
Oh, yes. Gentlemen, I did not also tell you when, before you left, you're not allowed to return to the school property. Do you understand? Okay, all right, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Jacob Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, this is 19MM6045. You were arrested for battery 2 counts. There's probable cause. Your affidavit seeking the appointment of the public defender states that you make $675 per week. Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
Your application for the public defender states that you make $675 per week. Is that correct?
Approximately. I work on commission, so it is up and down. You understand?
I do. Okay. Would that be the high end of what you make or the low end?
The high end.
Okay. What's the low end?
200.
All right, I'm going to make the correction here, sir, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Sir, you're not to possess any weapons or any firearms while out on bond. You're not to have any contact with Angelica Ampuno or Dominique Daniels. Your bond on count 1 is $500. Your bond on count 2 is $100. You also can't return to the 7-Eleven, sir, at 124 West Pine Street.
No
Thank you.
problem.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Good afternoon. Your name?
Winfred Killings.
Mr. Killings, you're here for an out-of-county warrant from Nassau County for a traffic offense related to violation of probation. Your bond is set at none, sir. Nassau County is going to come pick you up and you'll see a judge when you get there.
Do you know when they're coming?
They generally have 72 hours to come and pick you up, but that doesn't include the weekend, so I would start counting on Monday. Look for them around Wednesday, maybe.
So the day doesn't count?
Today would be starting now, so then Saturday, Sunday doesn't count, so maybe Wednesday, Thursday they'll be here,
Okay.
okay? If they don't come, then you'll come back to see me and we'll readdress the issue. All right, thank you, sir. Good afternoon, your name?
Armando Flores.
Mr. Flores, you are here in 19MO 1330. You were arrested for disorderly conduct and state misdemeanors, which is resisting officer without violence. There's probable cause. Your application for the public defender states you make $800 per week. Is that correct?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay. And you don't have any family members or children to take care of?
I have a son, 6 months.
One son?
Yeah.
800 a week and one family? All right, so you don't qualify for the public defender based upon your affidavit. So before your next court date, you're gonna need to try to hire a lawyer to help you. If you're not able to, when you go back to court, explain to the judge what you've done to try to hire a lawyer, and then the issue can be readdressed at that time.
Okay.
Okay? Your bond on count 1 is $250, and your bond on count 2 is $100, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The interpreter is just briefly checking in. Were there any interpreter matters on this docket?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well, have a great weekend.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Jenny, does the probation hold only come up if it's a violent felony offender of special concern, the 5-day hold?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you, Paige. Good afternoon, your name?
Javier Flores, and good afternoon.
Are you Mr. Romello? Is your last name Romello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. They just got it, and it's my middle name.
Okay. Sir, this is 19MO1331. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. Is there an offer for Mr. Romello?
Yes. This would be what, 2 days?
Yes.
One?
Oh,
Time
that's right.
served.
It is 1 day, yeah.
Yeah, well, time served him. Yeah, I'm looking at his history. He's pretty clean. So, time served withhold.
Mr. Romello, did you want to accept that offer?
Your Honor, what's your inclination with regards to the out on bond case?
I'm not going to take any action on it today, but Mr. Romello needs to understand that he's getting cut a break today because you are out on bond on another case. And although this is a disorderly conduct, they could have arrested you for battery, which is the same offense that you're out on bond for. So if I see you back here again, I won't give you that same benefit.
Mr. Romello wants to accept the state's offer, and he'll enter a plea no contest.
Mr. Romello, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
I did.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand if you're not a United States citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yeah, I understand.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right. Going to accept your plea, adjudicate, actually it's a withhold of adjudication. Sentence you to 1 day in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 1 day time served. You're also going to have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 19th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. All right? And what I said is true, Mr. Romello. If I do see you again, I'm going to revoke your bond.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon. Your name?
Christopher Miguel Pacheco.
Oh, what about Mr. Martinez Marrero?
Mental health, Your Honor. Reset for Monday.
Let's do that. Okay. He was reset yesterday too, Mr. Nguyen, for mental health, so we'll just do that for Monday. Okay. And you're Mr. Pacheco.
Yes, Judge. Orly Bury for the state. I did read the affidavit for arrest warrant, and per the facts contained in there and the charges, I think this is a F1 PBL.
Correct.
So at this point, the state is asking for no bond.
Mr. Nguyen, did you want to respond?
Your Honor, we'll leave it within the court's discretion.
At this time, based upon the information that is contained in the sworn affidavit for arrest, there is enough evidence to show that there is proof evident or presumption great. I don't know if I said this earlier, but sir, you're not to have any contact with your co-defendant, Michael Ruiz. You're not to have any contact with the alleged victim in this matter. You're not to return to 7530 Sun Tree Circle. You're not to possess any weapons or any firearms while on bond, if granted a bond. And at this time, as to both counts, your bond will be set at none. And I'm revoking the bond in 19 CF 8261. Actually, I was not gonna revoke that bond, excuse me, because the offense date was June 6th, and the offense date on this warrant is February 1st. But if he wants me to revoke it, so he gets time on it, I'm happy to do that.
It's 19 CF.
8261 is the out on bond case.
Thank you, Judge.